Hey guys, so I had a lot of requests to do this song, even though it's not really a popular song at all. It's called Summer Angel by Minus the Bear, and I'm going to do the acoustic version because the guitar part is easier to hear and it's a little bit cleaner and there's not so much clutter in the background. You know how their stuff is a little bit chaotic at times, but it's on their album Omni, but I'm going to play the version from the Acoustics 2 album. And I'm just going to play the first minute and a half or so to get through the intro, verse, and chorus. And then I'll break it down and do it chord by chord, and I'll do the progression and stuff. So I'll start with the cover. I'll put this down here so y'all can see it. So, in a nutshell, that's really all it is. In the solo part, there's a little bit of a G sharp minor, C sharp minor. But other than that, that's the main part of the song, is just the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. So I'll walk you through each of those chords. They're not really open, major, or minor chords. Alright, so the first chord we have in the song is an E6. It's open E string, 4th fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, 4th fret on the G, and then open B and E. So together it sounds like this. The other chord we have in the intro is a D sharp suspended 2nd, which is 11th fret on the E, A, and D string, and 13th fret on the G. So when you play that, you mute these bottom two strings, the B and the E, so you don't hear those, it's just nothing. So, and that's actually the first chord of the song. It's actually very, distinctive chord when you just hear, and you know the actual song. So, that's what it actually starts with, is that D sharp suspended 2nd. So you get 3 of those, and then you go back to the E, and you just go back and forth between those chords until the verse starts. So the intro slowly sounds kind of like this. And that's the intro. Not too hard. 2 chords back and forth. And what I'm doing down here before I hit this E is I hit the open E string and then strum it. So it's 1, 2, 3, hit the string, and then strum. And then you go back up here. So 1, 2, 3. And that's the intro. Now the verse, you use one of those same chords, the very first one we learned, the E6, which is this one right here. That's your first chord of the verse. What I do is I hit the low E string as I did in the intro, and then strum the rest of it. that's kind of what I'm doing with all the chords here, so keep that in mind. You hit the low E string before you play each of these chords. Alright, so that's the first chord. The second chord is a G sharp suspended fourth, which is 4th fret of the E, 6th fret of the A, 4th fret of the D, and 6th fret of the G, and then you mute these bottom two. And what I did when I was playing it earlier, I was hammering on the A string from the 4th fret to the 6th. So if you want to get really technical, I think that's how they actually do it. I'm not entirely sure, but it'd be like, if y'all can see that, I don't know if you can. But that's what I'm doing right there. So the first half of the verse, alright, and that's your G sharp 7 suspended fourth. Alright, this next chord, you can play it one of two ways. I like playing it the second way because it's got more structure and you can kind of hear the root of the chord better. It's an A diminished with a B root. Or it might be a B7 to you, whatever you want to call it. I call it an A diminished with a B root because the original way to play it is 7, 7, 7, 8, and then mute the last two strings. So it was, if that sounds right to you, then you can play it that way, but if not, you can just play a B7. Whichever way sounds right to you. So the progression with the first one, the A diminished with the B root, is this. And with the B7, it sounds like this. See, I like the second way better because it sounds kind of more like the song, but what I had first was the A diminished with the B root, which is what some video I watched said how to play it, so that's how I played it. But I listened to it, and I think the B7 sounds better. But that's a B7 if you want to play it that way, and that is a 7th fret on the E, 9th fret on the A, 7th fret on the D, and 8th fret on the G, and mute the bottom two strings, or the top two, however you call it. And then the last chord is a C sharp suspended second, which is 9, 9, 9, 11, and mute the last two. And so all together slowly, the riff sounds like this. So that's how that sounds. Alright, so up to speed, the verse sounds like this. Alright, and in the pre-chorus, I just mash on the G minor 7th. I did a little fancy stuff in the video just because, but I just play, when you're muting these low two strings up here, you got 4th fret on the rest, so it's, and then I just do a little, a little driving, palm muting, chucking thing, so it's just. Whatever it is. I don't know what the words are. But I do that for the pre-chorus. Then when he says, my summer angel keeps me on the run, I go to just a G minor. which is a 4 6 6 4 4 4. So it's a summer age, and then B, which is just, you know, your average B major chord, which is muted 2 4 4 4 2. And I switch between those two. I play each of those 4 times. My summer angel keeps me on the run. My summer angel keeps me on the run. My summer angel keeps me on the run. And you go back to the verse part. And for those of you who want to play the lead part, go ahead and teach it to you. It's just a little lick. You start on the B right here. Well, that's... No, you don't. The first note you play is right here, this C sharp, on the 9th fret of the E. It's just 9, 11, 7, 9, all on the high E string, and then 9, 7 on the B, and then 9, 11, 7, 9, 14, 11 on the E string. So slowly. And then up to speed. And that's really it to the song. You can email me at martinsteven2919@yahoo.com with any questions. I'll do any tutorials, any covers if I know the song. Be sure to check out my music on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon MP3, Google Play. Just search Tampered Temperance and you'll find me. It's just a solo acoustic project I've had for a couple years. Just trying to get money for college. So, you know, if you like this tutorial, comment, rate, subscribe, buy my music if you like my music, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.